Welcome to my channel, guys. Today, join me. Let's make this boo gown together. Right now, this is a client job. She wants a v-neck, fringe on it, and cut together. Okay, so that is what we're making now. This is the calculation. The full length is 58. All right. Now, remember, there will be fringe. The fringe will, continue to make to complete it the full length, so I need to consider that when cutting. All right, so you can see the minus I did on the gown length and what I got. So that is my calculation. Now the bust, waist and hip, I added ease. To it. That is 10. Okay, so you can pause the calculation to continue to understand, but right now let's move to the cutting. So this is the fabric. Okay, I'll be using my tape, scissors, chalk, and this beautiful fabric. Okay, so first thing we have to cut. All right, with our highest measurement we have to fold. Now for me to fold, my highest measurement in this calculation is 18. After division and all the rest, I have 18. Okay, so that 18 is my shoulder 8 and sleeve length 10. That is 18. So I'm folding this fabric with the highest calculation, which is 18. Okay, so let's fold. Now using that highest calculation, in that way I will not waste much fabric. So after folding, I'll check the length I'm going for is 38. Okay, and this ankara is about 45. Okay, so that means I'll cut off, but what I'll cut off will not be much. I think it should be about 7 inches, between 5 to 7 inches or thereabouts. So let's start measuring. First, let me cross check to be sure I'm having 18. Good, it gives me 18. So let's go. Need to place my fabric very well before cutting. Hope you're seeing what I'm good. I think he's well positioned right now. So let's go. Having placed it very well, all right, the next thing is to start my marking. Basically it's Boubou now, and you already know it is easy to mark, but before then let me pin, hold the edges so it doesn't shift. Since it's cut together, there won't be much on it. So like I said, 18. Okay, so I've gotten my highest measurement. The next is to start marking. Now for this dress, I'll be going for armhole 10. Now you already know what I'm doing is my shoulder and sleeve lengths to make sure they are perfect. Okay, so having done that, I'll start measuring. That is my half length. Okay, my armhole, I'm going for 10, 16. The next, my hip line and my gown length. Good. So having done that, now I've marked that. What next? I'll start marking. Now you can see this dress is very free, very free. So my highest calculation after the shoulder and sleeve is my hip. So you can see the dress is very free on the person. Right at the waist is not fitted. So I've checked. I'm using my hip measurement down. What I'm marked right now is my hip calculation. Then I curved it. My hip calculation down. Then I curved at this armhole depth. Remember the 10? Yes. My hip calculation. Then I curved it. What did I curve? I connected the sleeve to the waist. All right. Now I used my hip measurement to mark down. Then I used my from the sleeve, sorry, I connected it to join the line. So that is what I did. Then let's cut. Good. After cutting, that is it. Now we are done cutting the front one part. The next thing, remember there is no zip, no button. Okay, so what next is just fold the remaining fabric. All right, fold 18 again, then place and cut. Okay, now this is 3 yards. The owner brought 3 yards, but what I'll use in sewing this is 2 yards. Okay, 2 yards has done it all because of the fringe. All right, so that is it. Fold, then we place and cut. Very easy. I need to fold and be sure I'm not wasting fabric too. Good. Okay, so I'm trying as possible to manage the fabric. Next is to place the fabric. The first one we just finished cutting. We have to place and cut accurately the same. All right, trace it out and cut. Remember the neck, have not cut the neck yet, the neck line yet, right? Just the side is what we are cutting first. Then after this, next is the neckline. So I'm tracing it out and cutting. Good. And just cutting accurately what we did earlier. Now I'm done cutting. Okay, I am done cutting. What next? Now the next thing to do right now is to work on the neck. For me, I'm okay with 4.5, 3.5, sorry, for my neck width. 3.5. Now this person wants V. At the same time, it shouldn't be exposing, so it shouldn't be too wide and too deep. So I have to be considerate in the depth and width. So 3.5 is okay. Now I'm starting with the back depth. What I just did now is the back depth. I'm cutting 2 inches for my back depth, okay? Then I'll cut. What next? My front. Remember, the front is V, the back is high neck. Then you connect. Use your rule and connect it. We are going for a sharp V. No need using French curve. So you cut. Now if you watch what I did, I first of all cut the back, cutting the two of them. Alright, now the next is to deepen it. I just picked one. This V is only on one of the fabric rather. So the next is the slanting of my shoulder by 2 inches, okay? I want the shoulder slanted. So I'm cutting the slanted shoulder. That is what I'm cutting right now. Now, like I always say, cutting of the shoulder is not compulsory. All right, you can decide to leave the shoulder, I mean slanting of the shoulder, please, it's not compulsory. All right, you can actually continue without slanting the shoulder. What next? My facing. How do I finish the neck? Now for this kind of neck, it's better you use facing to do that, okay? Facing is the best for it. Next thing is facing, okay? Finishing of the neck of this dress, you have to use facing. That is the best you use for it, okay? So before continuing, I need to cut my facing, all right? From the pieces I have left, I'll have to use that to cut facing. That is one of the ways of finishing necklines. So let's go. First, I'll be going for the back. Let me cut the one of the back. You know, the back is, the depth is high too, so that one is easy. So I'll start with these pieces I have, then equally cut the front. The front, you already know, is V, and the depth is about 8 inches depth, so it requires fabric. So it requires fabric to cut the V part of it. If I have 8 as my length, so I need about 10 in length. In width, it can be about 6 or 5, okay, to be able to cut the yoke, these faces, sorry. Yeah, then the next thing, when you fold, remember, whenever you're cutting your facing, it has to be folded into 2. The fabric you use in cutting, folded into 2. The fabric you're to cut, use to cotton folded into two, the neckline, all right? So they both have to be folded into two whenever you want to cut facing. Then you pin so it doesn't shift when cutting. You trace it out and cut. So I'm cutting the V first. So let's cut. You have to try as much as possible to avoid mistakes, all right? Now after cutting, I need my facing to go down a little bit, okay? I don't want it flipping out. So I went down from the end of the V. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, went down about two and a half inches, then cut. So once you've done that, that one is settled. Okay, so I'm done with the front. Next thing is sewing. Now watch what I did. I first of all finished the neck. I joined the shoulder, finished the neck. You see it. Now I've equally weaved, and to use hemming gum, to hold down the neck together. The first thing to do is to finish the neckline. That is the facing. Sew the facing. After sewing the facing of the front and back, you join the shoulders. That is what I did. Then I'm using hemming gun to hold down the fabric so it doesn't flip out. Okay, what next? That is it. Okay, now remember, there will be pockets on this dress. Yes, there will be pocket on it, side pockets. So I need to cut my pocket. Now having folded, I have weaved. So we need pockets. Now you have seen what I've sewed. Okay, I've folded the sleeve part, I've hemmed it. All right, it has been hemmed. What next? My pocket hole. There will be pockets on this dress. Then after that, I will join and sew back this fringe. This fringe will be added. Now there's a video on my channel of how to sew your fringe. If you don't know that, there's a video on my channel about that. Okay, now this is the pocket. I have to cut the pocket. This is the pocket to be attached. Okay, so I like placing my hand as if I'm putting my hand in the pocket, in a slanted way. Then I'll cut. So that is it. Next is to attach it. For those you don't know how to attach pocket, okay, on your bubu or free gown, you can google it. I have that. There is a video of it on my channel. You can see that and watch. Okay, so what next is to attach the pocket. To attach the pocket to the dress. After that, we are to shape and we are good to go. First thing, I need to determine my half length, which is my waist. That is where the pocket will start from. So that is my waist. I need to be sure, so let me cross check. Having done that, so next is to add the pocket right now, right there, then shape it down. This is the placing. Okay. So I have sewed it. This is how it came out. Okay, like I said, there is video of how to fix your pocket on my channel. You can scroll and watch it. So this is it. All right, now what next? The fringe. That is what we have next. Sewing this to it. There is equally a video of how to do that. I can't include it here, it will be too long. There's a video of how to sew your fringe on my channel. Watch it. So that is the gown. Okay, that is how it looks.